World War II, an epochal conflict that reshaped the course of history, unfolded against the backdrop of the world's second recovering from the scares of World War I. In the aftermath of the Treaty of Versailles in 1919, Germany bore the burden of responsibility for all losses incurred during World War, a punitive measure that laid the foundation for economic distress and social unrest. The War Guild Clause, Article 231 of the treaty, became synonymous with Germany's vows, culminating in a staggering 33 billion fine. The economic repercussion persisted for decades, with Germany making its final payment in 2010, nearly a century after the war's end. The backdrop set the stage for the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. Hitler's ascent of power in the early 1930s was fueled by a dire economic condition and populace desperate for change. The failed Beer Hall Putsch in 1923 did not thwart Hitler's political ambition. His charismatic speeches and anti-Semitic rhetoric found resonance among a distressed population, paving the way of the Nazi Party's growth. The Great Depression of 1929 plunged Germany into deeper economic turmoil, leading to widespread unemployment and homelessness. In 1933, Hitler seized the opportunity, declaring himself the dictator of Germany. Propaganda underpinning a narrative blaming Jews and socialists for Germany's disgrace became a powerful tool in shaping public sentiment. As Germany rapidly militarized, violating the Treaty of Versailles, tensions in Europe escalated. The Anglo-German Naval Agreement of 1935 formalized Hitler's authority to build a navy. France, alarmed by Germany's militarization, constructed the Maginot Line, a 450-kilometer fortification of its eastern border. In 1938, Hitler turned its expansionist ambition towards Austria, orchestrating its annexion without bloodshed through political manipulation and propaganda. Buoyed by his success, Hitler set his sights on Czechoslovakia, specifically Sudetenland, justifying his claim based on the German population residing there. British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain, advocating a policy of appeasement to avoid war, broke the Munich Agreement in 1938, permitting Hitler's annexation of the Sudetenland. However, this policy proved short-sighted as Hitler's ambitions expanded beyond appeasement. The Non-Aggression Pact, signed between Hitler and the Soviet Union in 1939, paved the way for the invasion of Poland. Hitler's blitzkrieg strategy, emphasizing speed and steel, led to the swift conquest of Poland. The subsequent declaration of war by the United Kingdom and France marked the official commencement of World War II. As the world stood on the brink of global conflict, subsequent chapters would unfold, delving into the resistance effort, turning points, and the ultimate triumph of the Allied forces in the unfolding drama of World War II. Join us as we navigate through the intricacies of this pivotal period in human history. Resulting in the swift conquest of Poland, the global stage was now set for a more extensive conflict. Following the invasion of Poland, the United Kingdom and France declared war on Germany, marking the formal commencement of World War II. However, the period that ensued, known as the Pony War, saw limited military engagements. Poland, ill-prepared for Germany's blitzkrieg tactics, succumbed within a week. Amidst geopolitical agreements and broken promises, the Munich Agreement of 1938 saw the Sudeten region handed over to Germany in exchange for Hitler's assurance of peace. However, Hitler's action quickly contradicted this agreement. In March 1939, he led the German army to invade the rest of Czechoslovakia, triggering resistance but ultimately resulting in the country's division. One part was annexed into German territory while the other became a Nazi-client state governed by a puppet regime under the name of Slovak Republic. British Prime Minister Chamberlain faced criticism, and Winston Churchill's prescient words echoed the mounting concern about appeasement. Hitler, underrated by international reaction, shifted his focus to Poland. In a strategic move, he signed a non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union in 1939, seemingly at odds with his anti-communist stance. The hidden agenda was to secure Soviet support for the invasion of Poland, an objective the two nations shared. On September 1, 1939, nearly a million German troops mobilized against Poland, employing the blitzkrieg strategy characterized by speed and stealth. The swift invasion shocked other nations, promoting the United Kingdom, France, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Canada to declare war on Germany. The declaration marked the beginning of the conflict, by a period known as Pony War ensued. While technically at war, the Allies provided no military support to Poland, whose outdated army, still reliant on horses, crumbled against German blitzkrieg. Within a week, on September 8, 1939, German troops occupied Poland. Hitler's revolutionary blitzkrieg strategy, emphasizing rapid war, involved not only advanced military tactics but also the use of drugs like pervitin, crystal meth to enhance social performance. The blitzkrieg success was evident by the lightning speed invasion, securing quick victories for Germany. As the world grappled with the unfolding war, the true extent of the conflict was yet to be revealed. As tension escalated in Europe, Stalin grew uneasy about the prospect of Germany's invasion of Finland. The proximity of Leningrad, Stalin's residence of the Finnish border, posed a serious concern. In a strategic move, Stalin urged Finland to cede territory to Soviet Union to create a buffer zone. Finland, however, defiantly refused, leading to the Soviet Union launching a military action against Finland in November 1939. Despite the Soviet Union's numerical and technological superiority, the winter war with Finland persisted for over 2 months. Eventually, in March 1940, the conflict concluded with the signing of the Moscow Peace Treaty, resulting in Finland ceding 11% of its treaty to the Soviet Union. Meanwhile, Adolf Hitler turned his attention to the Norway and Denmark in April 1940. Employing his blitzkrieg strategy, Hitler swiftly invaded both countries, seizing control of Norway and compelling the Norwegian government to flee to London. The resignation of British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain followed, and Winston Churchill assumed leadership on May 10, 1940. On the same day, Hitler launched a comprehensive assault on France, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. Contrary to expectations, Hitler's forces did not adhere to a straightforward approach. Instead, they executed a secret plan to penetrate France through the seemingly impenetrable Ardennes forest. This strategic move caught the Allies off guard. The Battle of France unfolded, with Hitler employing a multifaceted offensive involving over 1,000 fighter bomber aeroplanes and around 3 million soldiers. The German forces were divided into three groups: A, B, and C, with Group A executing a master plan to infiltrate France through the Ardennes forest, while Group B and C engaged in attacks on Belgium, the Netherlands, and Magnite Land. As the German forces closed in on the Allies, the situation became dire. The Allies found themselves surrounded, prompting a daring evacuation plan called Operation Dynamo. Commencing on May 26, 1940, this operation aimed to rescue nearly 400,000 stranded Allied troops, the branches of Dunkirk. The evacuation depicted masterfully in Christopher Nolan's film Dunkirk involved the Royal Air Force providing cover, civilian boats crossing the English Channel to aid in the evacuation, and soldiers on the beach attempting to save themselves amidst intense enemy fire. By June 4, 1940, around 350,000 soldiers were successfully evacuated, averting a potential catastrophe. However, the Allies faced a setback as much of their military equipment was left behind. Shortly after, on June 22, 1940, France surrendered to Hitler, solidifying his control over a significant portion of Europe. Meanwhile, in Italy, under the dictatorship of Benito Mussolini, an alliance with Hitler was forged to the effect of steel. On June 10, 1940, Italy and Germany declared war against France and Britain. By July 1940, Hitler seemed to have an upper hand, having conquered numerous neighboring countries. However, a turning point was on the horizon. Winston Churchill, now Prime Minister, refused to surrender and inspired the British people with his resolute speeches. The Soviet Union, bound by a peace agreement with Germany, seemed to pose no immediate threat. Hitler, underestimating the resilience of Britain, believed it to be the last obstacle in his path of victory.